Hi, blues lovers everywhere. This is Debbie Bond, and I'm coming to you from Alabama. You're listening to Galty and Gator's Blues and News Show, coming to you on Dunoon Community Radio, 97.4, and streaming worldwide.
Wilson Pickett. I've got that on an album, Blues Brothers Soul Sister, somewhere.
It's brilliant. And so the theme of today's show is that we're talking about the Alabama blues scene and how for some reason it's not spoken about nearly as much as the other areas of America, especially the South.
Especially when you look at the music that comes from Alabama.
And especially when you think about how rich and horrific history Alabama is.
I know.
You know, I mean, they've got every reason to sing the blues, you know.
Yeah, and definitely as much as everywhere else. So we've got a fantastic show. We caught up with friends of ours. It was a wee while ago now, but we were recently talking to them as well, and then we were eating dinner.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So our good friends Rick and Debbie, they helped us with this big time, and it's quite important because Debbie Bond was actually responsible for creating the Alabama Blues Foundation project.
Yeah, and we will be talking about that shortly. But they've been currently out touring again, which is great.
Yeah, and it was quite cool seeing how wide and how open the roads are now.
Quiet.
I know.
I always thought, I could do that. See that bit?
Probably not in the cities though.
No, you know what? I'd crumble.
Yeah.
Yes, you'd have to drive.
Yep. Well, I've offered. Umpteen times.
I know, son. It's just your lack of licence, insurance, the rest of it.
I need to catch you. I can still drive good.
I drive good, I do. But yeah, definitely you'll be having to get your licence by then. But you need to get your licence anyway so that you can drive the big motorhome that we're going to be
Yeah, once we get rid of the mains.
That's it, and the very thing. But yeah, so we had a good long chat and found out. I mean, her story's brilliant, isn't it?
Oh, amazing! Absolutely.
And Rick's actually from, it's London, isn't it?
Yeah, or somewhere. I don't want to say specifics because I don't want to be ignorant sounding.
I'm pretty sure he said, to be fair, but I can't remember now. But he's definitely got a south of England accent.
Yeah.
But he's over there now, and that's what he was saying. He much prefers driving over there because the roads they're huge and they're quiet, and the scenery going by was lovely. We were video chatting just in case you're thinking what. We just hopped over to Alabama at the weekend there.
No. So it's quite a nice experience talking to these folk, and I think the Alabama Blues Project was really put together to preserve a rich culture that was really not being spoken about or almost being I don't want to say is forgotten, but taken for granted.
Mm-hmm. That's a cool picture. Like, that's what see that their van with all their stickers. That's what I want. That's what we need. We need wee stickers to say.
Put your socks up then.
Yeah, I'm writing as fast as I can here. So Debbie Bond has a new CD out, Blues Without Borders. Release date was July last year. So we've got some tunes off of that for you today. And as I said, her story is brilliant. We've got lots of chat from her and Rick on the show peppered throughout for you. And a selection of music. Actually, our next song is an Alabama blues song as the title, but not, not the musician.
J.B. Lenoir.
However, what a name. It's a nice name, isn't it? But the rest of it, and some
like
of it...
if you read it wrong, though, it actually looks like the fabric softener.
I know.
J.B. Lenoir. I'm like, oh.
One of my friends, right, it's a true story. One of my friends had a wee kitten and they couldn't find her. Like, she was new to them, but she was quite small. And they couldn't find her. And you know when you do that, right, everybody shh, and you sort of listen for the meow. Anyway, she was in the washing machine, but the washing machine was on, right? And they got her out. They got her to the vets and she was absolutely fine, poor wee Scondo. But a couple of weeks later, after announcing, she was fine, we've taken her to the vets, no harm done. And she was saying, looking for names, and at the bulging here, I'm putting bold, Lenore, comfort. Yes. Anyway, we're still friends, believe it or not.
It's funny though, because like you tell these stories assuming that everybody else finds you as hilarious as you find you.
I know. A lot of people do. It's just you, really.
No, it's not just me. It's not.
Anyway, I wasn't trying to be funny. I was just trying to be snarky.
Moving on. Anyway, like I said, if you read it wrong, it looks like Lenore.
Yes, only my terrible writing, however. But yeah, the rest of the music that we've got on here, and I'm pretty sure we've got at least 2 that people are going to be surprised at.
Yeah.
From Alabama.
3 now.
Aye. So I was actually surprised at one of them. The newest edition, I have to be honest. Yeah. I didn't know that either, and I thought I knew quite a lot. But I was just thinking actually, so this year for my uni, I've had to do a lot of writing. It's like, as you know, because you've had to help me by proofreading it and letting me read it out loud to you and all this. But I've just realised actually that the tail end of it, the majority of it's been blues related. And my next piece is also going to be blues. She's going to be like, pick something else, this silly woman. So I'd done a piece on Chester. I'd done a piece on, I did a poem on your lovely guitar. And I'm pretty sure my next piece is going to be, well, it's a surprise, but it's another fantastic guitarist. So hopefully.
I thought it was about something else.
If I can get it. If I can get it all worked out, that is very much the bit. So yeah, but I've just digressed there. But it's just, I'm thinking these podcasts and radio shows that we do are such an inspiration for writing things. I
think they're just good fun as well. This new thing we're going to be doing, the weekly roundup with the no holds barred, so I don't have to behave and
the Sunday sesh.
Yeah. I think that's going to be good, yeah.
Absolutely. And
the first guy on it is incredible as well, Sugar Ray Rayford.
Very knowledgeable. See, I think that everybody that tunes in will certainly each week learn something, you know, in a fun way. And it's good knowledge, and it's stuff that, you know, should be out there.
They'll learn that you're a unicorn.
They'll probably learn some new swear words. But yeah, so
That's
yes,
probably my fault. It wasn't him that started it, but certainly the two of us get on well.
you see, you find that the interviews start and everybody's on their best behaviour. I don't think I've ever swore on any of them. I find it quite difficult to swear with it. No, in that situation.
Well, do you want to try that in the house then? Thanks.
So we start. Everybody's very professional, and then Ian swears, and the other person kind of goes, "Oh, cool," and then that's it. Just all hell breaks loose when it comes to editing. It's like, oh my god.
No.
So really, I come up with this idea to give you a bit of a break from the editing idea. So it won't be aired, obviously, on any radio platforms, but it'll go straight to podcast.
It's only going to be an hour.
And and it'll be slightly different. I mean, you'll still have the same format of us chatting to somebody, but it will be slightly different, and definitely
probably a bit
into.
less music and a bit more fun.
Yeah, definitely less kind of cropped. So it'll be worth tuning into. And if you want further information about where you can find it, you can go and check out our Facebook page, which is Galty and the Gator. So
you were going to put a song on and you're just like blithered.
I know, because blethering is what it's all about. So, shush. So, I was telling you about Debbie's new CD that's out, and she collaborates with British-born keyboard harmonica player Radiator Rick, which gives it a swampy New Orleans edge to her sound. You heard her fantastic introduction to today's show at the beginning, and she's got such a lovely voice. And she was, you know, we couldn't have put this show together without her.
No,
So
definitely not. She's been a great hand.
I can't read that right now.
Right,
So you are a nightmare for that.
Well, it's just because you pretend to be this multitask, like...
I can multitask, but talking and reading...
Is this something you can't
two
do?
totally different things. I don't know that many people can do that.
I can.
So
I'm doing it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So, and I'll tell you what, it's good.
Saying, yep. Talking. Anyway, Alabama Blues. Do you want to see his name again? Sounds much better coming from you.
JB Lenoir.
See, oh no, see, it's the smoothness. Enjoy.
I never will go back to Alabama. That is not the place for me. I never will go back to Alabama. That is not the place for me. You know they killed my sister and my brother, and the whole world let them peoples go down there free. I never will love Alabama. Alabama seem to never have love for me. I never will love Alabama. Alabama seem to never have love for me. Oh God, I wish you would rise up one day, lead my peoples to the land of peace. My brother was taken up for my mother, and the police officer shot him down. my brother was taken up for my mother, and the police officer shot him down. I can't help but to sit down and cry sometimes. Think about how my poor brother lost his life. Alabama, Alabama, why you wanna be so mean? Alabama, Alabama, why you wanna be so mean? You got my people behind the barbed wire fence. Now you're trying to take my freedom away from me.
Ain't nothing but a gypsy man. Traveling from land to land. Ain't nothing but a gypsy man. Traveling from land to land. Sometime I ain't got a nickel. Buy me a bottle of wine. I ain't got nothing to buy me no food from time to time. I'm just a gypsy man. Traveling from land to land. Well, I ain't got nobody, Lord, in this world to care for this man. Well, I said, I know nighttime be the one you love, but you know God knows she's someone else's, you know. Ooh, I'm just a traveling gypsy man. Well, I'm gonna tell you, Lord, I'm traveling from land to land. lonely, lonely gypsy man. Whoa!
I love Louisiana Red.
Oh, it's so cool. And you know why he's called Louisiana Red as well, don't you?
Yeah. It was because when he was younger, he had this craving for Louisiana Red hot sauce. So his grandparents were like, "Oh, I'm going to call you Louisiana Red, I think." And that's what the name he used. And in actual fact, a good friend of ours toured with him and considered him a really good friend. That's Michael Messer.
Oh yeah,
He's
that's
got
right.
He's got some amazing stories in music and everything of his. And in fact, it was him that sent us some music.
We could do a Louisiana Red show.
Yeah, absolutely. And probably get Michael Messer on.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah. I think everybody assumed that he was from Louisiana.
Probably, yeah. I would have thought so. I think it's quite cool that when you go through the history of blues musicians, quite a lot of them had cool names.
Yeah.
And unpicking, like you can't always find out where they came from, but when you do manage to get the odd one or two, and you're like, oh, that's so cool. I mean, like, imagine going through your life being called Pine Top Perkins. And
Oh, I know.
And I was going to say to you, oh, we should get some cool nicknames, and then thought, shut up, Fiona.
I know. I'm literally called the Gator. Like, I mean, I don't know how cool we're going for. Like, the Gator 2000 or something like that.
Just, I forget.
You know what I mean? Like you said, we'll go back to the shut up Fiona part. If you can crack on with that'll be fine. Yeah. So anyway, let's hear a bit about Debbie's
Alabama
journey.
Blues Project.
Her journey with this.
Okay. So obviously the new album is a big deal, but before we get to that, I understand you were responsible for the Alabama Blues Foundation.
The Alabama Blues Project.
Yeah, sorry, project, yeah.
Yeah, it was a nonprofit. Basically, I moved here in '79. I was about 22 years old and knew I wanted to play music, and hooked up with Johnny Shines, who was living here then.
Oh, wow.
And and so Johnny Shines, played with Robert Johnson, and but people here seem to take it for granted, and I was just blown away, and knocked on his door and said, Johnny, would you, I just played in my cassette recording of my band called at that time Kokomo Blues Band, and he said, hey, let's get together, let's do some things. So basically from then on till he died, we played locally together. There were a few out of town shows that happened, but mainly we were his local backing band. And so he was just my first kind of blues mentor, and ended up staying here. But it was my then partner was a killer electric blues guitar player, and we looked around and thought, why do not people know about Alabama blues? They know about Mississippi, Louisiana, in Chicago, but they don't care about what's right here outside their door here, around the world they don't know. So that was the impetus to start the Alabama Blues Project.
Well, what an effort, eh?
So, founded in 1995. It's still going now.
Yeah. So. They offer in-school education, after-school blues clubs.
Summer camps.
Summer camps, yeah. I mean, it's a great idea. I mean, I don't think there's enough of that goes on in the world at all.
I know, absolutely. So if you think about this, if you are, in that area, it's an educational programme, and it reaches children ages 6 through to 18. So, they've got camps and clubs and all sorts going on. It sounds quite cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'd stuff like here. We'd ship them off.
Yeah, we could probably do something like that here.
But we'd have to deal with other people's children. I'm not sure I'm equipped for that. My hat goes on to people who do that.
I don't know. Just to put it in perspective, though, let's be honest, they're not going to be anything like yours. I mean, we might be getting a break. We might get a break by having somebody else's.
I think you're living in another planet. Am I saying it?
No.
I briefly worked in an after-school care club thing. No, not good.
That's just favouritism, though.
No, honestly, you're allowed to shout at your own kids, and
that's true, I suppose.
you're not even allowed to look at somebody else's anymore.
I know.
They can come up and hit you with snooker balls and stuff, and you've just got to go, "That's nice, Johnny. Thank you."
Aye. Punt.
Yes. Exactly. Like, you've got the patience of a gnat at the best of times. So
that's not fair. It's not.
It is.
How is it?
Because I can just imagine you with some 6-year-old kicking you in the shins.
In the bucket with that. Where's wee Martin? He's in the bucket. What bucket are we talking like? I says the one that got lifted this morning. You know, he ain't coming back.
Yes.
I tell you what, honestly, I'm not being funny. Like, all jokes aside, I must admit, I think if I got that kind of hassle from a kid, they would think Doc Martens were wearing hats because I'd be giving them the foot that much.
It's,
you know,
honestly, I know.
It's like, it would be that far up to think that Doc Martens are making hats. Honestly,
it's my heart goes off to people that have to deal with that these days. Because I mean, remember
like
when I was but when we were at school, you didn't, they stopped the belt and all that by the time we got to school. That wasn't a thing, but they still punished you. You still get shouted at and disciplined, and nothing. It's bizarre. However, that's not what today's show is about. So I think this is a fantastic thing, and honestly, the people that have got the time and the patience and the willpower and everything else to put these things together and to work with it are amazing. I give me adults any day. I have to be honest. I'm actually slightly terrified at the prospect of having to work with groups of children. It does give me the fear. But I think, it's a fantastic thing. It's brilliant that children learn about the roots and the roots of this music and the area that they grew up in and why all this is important, and the fact that it's led by professional blues musicians. They're definitely getting the right history taught to them.
I think it's incredible that in America in particular, I want to say, they don't actually try and teach kids about it when they're young in the first place. I mean, I think that's something they're almost trying to smooth over how horrendous the segregation was. I
think because I think you've got folk that don't want to remember that's where they came from, and folk don't want to remember that their ancestors were responsible for it.
Yeah, but the bottom line is, if you don't want to do that, that's fair enough. But at least celebrate the fact that they were able to make a very uplifting music that in the midst of all that, and didn't actually hold much prejudice, considering,
Don't you think if it was taught properly about slavery and the segregation and how disgraceful it was, that it would go a ways towards combating racism now?
It would. The biggest problem with racism now, I believe, I was speaking to Sugar Ray about this, is the fact that it's very difficult to teach somebody that's been indoctrinated to believe that they're above somebody. Like really, I mean, like absolute lack of normal education. Yeah. Like in fact, it's beyond lack of education. It's actually pro-negative education.
I think it's so most of this kind of thing stems from fear of the unknown, and because something's different from you, your response to it is fearful, and when you're fearful, you then become aggressive. It's a basic instinct. However, some of it,
but I think it's about beyond that now. I think it's actually this is bred. It's bred what we call white privilege. It's bred it to the point where it's almost an expectancy from some peoples and some cultures. It's like they actually grew up believing that they had the right to treat people like that, like it was a right. And I mean, you can say what they want about the Civil War. I mean, they say it was about fighting against slavery, which it wasn't. It was about money. It's always about money.
Mm-hmm.
It's always about money. I mean, there was as much segregation happening in Chicago for a while as there was in the South, which was supposed to be the land of opportunity. So I think it's an ingrained problem in human beings within a certain generation, because now we're creating a problem in a different light, and now it's like we're now letting kids think that they're entitled to an opinion on stuff that they don't know nothing about. I mean, I love all of my kids, but I mean, all three of them think they know everything about everything because that's this generation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they think that they can come in and say, "Oh, that's hate speech," or that.
But then I have to be honest, right? Here's a thought: if you, at a tender young age of between 3 and 12, are able to state firmly that you think you should be a different gender, and then everyone around you should react to you and to respect your wishes, then why shouldn't people of that age, why are they not allowed to vote in politics?
Because the bottom line is, they don't know. They're trying to tell us now that they want to keep under 25s out of prison because the brain hasn't properly matured. And that's not a male or a female thing. That's a human brain. They reckon that the brain hasn't reached psychosocial development until the tender age of 25, right?
Okay.
Right. But, oh, you having a baby? Yeah. Is that a boy or a girl? Says, oh, they'll decide themselves when they're 9. You know, that's how stupid it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think all of this is the focus in modern society. When, I mean, we start this show to put together something very honest and send a very positive message about a music that came from a very physically terrible way to be. You know, it wasn't just the social restrictions. It wasn't just the hate speech. It was the actual constant fear in an African American man's mind or woman's mind because the colour of their skin that they might get killed, or if they did, it wouldn't matter. Mm-hmm. And that's where the Black Lives Matter thing came from, right?
Mm-hmm.
But because of the modern society thing that we were just speaking about, that has now been ruined by people just wanting to have something to say, to have something to say.
Yeah.
When in actual fact, the schools have never taught them the actual history of that, so they shouldn't have anything to say.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? It should be left to the people who have something to say about it, that's either been affected or understands it properly, or at least if you're going to have something to say, at least educate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's down to a lot the schools and the governments, and you know, I mean, the focus is all on the wrong stuff. That was quite deep, but I'm quite invested in this because I mean, you know why? You know, I've not exactly got the purest of roots myself, you know. So,
but nobody does, to be fair.
No, I know.
So
I know
nobody has that right. Anyway, moving on. We've got Johnny Shines up for you next, travelling back home, and after that, I think we'll have some Jerry McCain. I Got the Blues All Over Me. So you can chill out for a wee while without listening to us.
Well, I woke up this morning, getting round for my shoes. I feel round for my shoes. Well, the reason why I'm feeling, I got them old rambling blues. Well, I feel like walking, I ain't got no walking shoes. Ooh, I haven't got no walking shoes. baby, I got to walk away my blues. Well, leave it early in the morning if I have to ride the blind. Mm-hmm. If I have to ride the blind. Well, you see, I've been mistreated. I swear I don't mind dying. Go ahead, Pop. Well, so soon this morning, baby, my blue they came falling down. Ooh, my blue came falling down. Well, I guess I'd better pack up and leave this old burning town. The blues all over me. You know, I just keep on wondering how come the blues won't let me be? Listen here, the blues got in my eye last night. Wouldn't let me sleep. The blues got in my mouth at breakfast time, Lord God, and I couldn't eat. I got the blues. I got the blues all over me. I just keep on wondering why the blues keep on haunting me. All right, I'm going home now. You know the blues got in my mouth. I couldn't talk. Got in my feet like arthritis. Lord, and I couldn't walk. I got the blues. Oh, I got the blues all over me. I wonder, and I wonder, how come the blues won't let me be? You know the blues is everywhere. Everywhere I go. Oh yeah, the blues is everywhere. Lord, is everywhere I go. You know the blues robbed me of my happiness. Lord God, now I'm afraid to go to my door.
There we go. A wee bit Jerry McGinn now.
Some classic tunage.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love that old school man and a guitar type music.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, while all that was on, I was having a wee read up on Radiator Rick, and I was spot on. He was from London, or he is from London. No, was he is from London, which is where he first heard the blues. But wait till you hear this. So, 2001, he was exploring the back roads of the Blues Trail through Mississippi, Louisiana and Alabama when he connected with Willie King, and he joined Willie King's band playing keyboards and harmonica, and then he went on tour. He co-produced King's last 2 CDs and helped present the Freedom Creek Festival until Willie's untimely death. But he continues to keep this Freedom Creek Blues Festival alive. He also went into the Alabama Blues Project with Debbie, which is they met through Willie, and their relationship developed into a romantic one and a musical partnership. So, but you know, when you look at, he's played with little Jimmy Reed and
and I think also you'll notice that he does give full credit to Debbie for writing the lyrics and that of the songs, but he's very talented when it comes to all the instruments, and he's incredibly good at arranging
and he learned how to
like producing and recording and whatnot.
Yes, during the whole lockdown. So I think, again, I know I keep saying this, but I think it's important that we do look for positives in this last couple of years, because it's been horrendous. But, you know, it has been great for people to develop new talents, find new creative paths. And
well, I've been quite lucky. I mean, it's from a personal point of view, I mean, I can only speak for myself, obviously. I'm sure the said parties are the same now, but it gave me some space to reflect on you know what I wanted to do, and gave me the space and the time, and the lack of commitments with said other projects, you know, to allow me to sever that, you know, and then turn and use the time productively, which wasn't going to be shot down by not being able to go out gigging. We were able to be productive and do things that meant a lot to other people around the world, and keep it up, you know, without being, you know, cut down with it. You know, I think there's a lot of positives. There's definitely more positives from it than there are negatives.
Yeah.
It's just you don't hear about the positives because that's not what the news is there for.
That's why, you know, like we don't have it on in this house. But yeah, you know, it gave me it gave Deacon a break. You know, he's autistic, and it gave him a break from having to be in a school environment which was stressful. And I noticed a difference in him homeschooling, and then he's so good at math. So he was teaching Aspen and Nathan, which allowed me to get on with my uni and my radio, and they took part in the radio as well, and which I think is good for them, because to them they're getting experiences that other kids would never have had, you know, and would struggle to have. So I do think, yeah, that, you know, there's positives that we can take from it, and it's important that we look for them, because there's been there's been a lot of loss, be it jobs, people, loved ones, you know, time, but there has been a lot of positives. So
it's easy to blame everything on COVID. Every death's been put down to COVID, you know. Every lack of customer service has been put down to COVID. It's easy to focus on one problem, but look at all the things you can gain from it. Plus
the fact, as I said on my other show, you know, we thought we had it bad because we were in a lockdown and we were stuck at home, when we had access to you know, endless television channels, endless television programmes on Netflix, endless amounts of music at your fingertips, and social media, mobile telephones. You know, it wasn't like we were stuck in a house with nothing and a candle, you know. So, you know, we didn't have it all that bad, to be fair. Anyway, moving on, we've got some more chat.
Yep. What we're going to put on?
So this part's this one.
The songwriting. Yeah, go and put that on.
Okay. So this is some more chat with Debbie and Rick.
So do you have any particular way, Rick, that you write songs, or do you just get an idea and go with it?
I just like to say that, like with this Blues Without Borders song, it quite often happens that I'm doing a little messing around, because I don't write songs, but Debbie writes songs. I do commas. I'm quite good at commas, and but
like me.
Yeah, but, you know, 99% of the words are Debbie's. But when it gets to the musical side and arranging things, and sometimes the melody, Debbie usually does the melody, but sometimes, you know, if there's a musical hook, that might be me, or how we put things together. I remember Debbie saying, I want more chords in this song. So I came up with some more chords, you know, just to make something different. So it is all written together, but broadly speaking, Debbie does more words and I do more arrangement.
Well, that matters, though. I mean, that's a kind of similar partnership to our show. I mean, so I bring like more the musical knowledge and maybe connecting the people, but I mean, by no means am I the broadcasting genius. I mean, that's all Fiona. She puts together the format of the show, and when, you know, when we play the songs and when the adverts are put together, and how we approach it. So I mean, it's very much the same idea, you know. I mean, one doesn't survive without the other.
It's nice to have a family team.
Yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant. And the thing is, I don't know whether you cottoned on to that, but Rick actually plays keyboard bass. And the bass on that CD is Rick playing keyboard bass. And so within this house, we've got keys, piano,
harmonica,
2 vocals, and harmonica. So,
and guitar.
So it's like we're kind of like a band.
You've got a band.
We are a band. In fact, I don't know if I need Debbie, to be honest. But we're a 2-person band. If you had a drummer, we're a band, you know.
So, and that's the way we work. Like, so when we go to England, we've got 2 killer drummers. Oh my goodness, Sam Kelly,
Mickey Barker, right?
And Mickey Barker. So, do you know about Mickey?
Yeah, we. I tell you what, she done the homework when I was setting the meeting up. Just just so that we went in with a bit of knowledge, but we don't like to find out too much because it kind of ruins the whole meeting each other for the first time.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of the times we know about who we're speaking to because we follow their music, but our listeners might not, so we don't want to not ask questions that they would want to know the answer to, if that makes sense. So
definitely. That's a good approach.
As if we know nothing, so that the people that are listening can get all the relevant information.
Yeah, that's great.
So Mick, brilliant, and he came from he played with Magnum back in the day, this rock band, British rock band.
Do you remember Magnum?
I don't know, and there's no way Aspen. There's no way Aspen does. That's for sure.
So then he's kind of returned to his roots in the last years, and the last decade or so, and been backing blues people coming to England, and he's just so tasteful. I mean, our music is not rocky at all, and Mickey, it just adds. He just really, really sensitive drummer. We can play.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about feeling. Less is more, and a lot of drummers can be perfectly in time, but hit too hard, and there's no dynamic, and that's easy to ruin a full blues band.
So, I forgot to say that Aspen was present for that chat.
She stole my seat.
She was sitting next to me doing the interview, and you had to stand there and watch you.
That's right. Well, you started it without me as well, didn't you? Because I was trying to finish my dinner.
I know.
That was.
No, it took you so long with a gob that size.
Oh, very funny. That was the weekend we had.
Oh, it's raining
again. I know.
And it is.
It keeps going kind of nice for a moment, and I keep thinking, oh look, and then rain. But yes, we had a pretty packed weekend that weekend, if I remember rightly. Yeah,
we spoke to Mark Broussard,
Jeremiah Johnson,
Son Andrus, DK Arrow,
Debbie and Rick.
Yep.
Yes. And pre-recorded some stuff.
I was shattered that weekend. I remember just crashing. I was like, I had about 2 hours sleep the whole weekend.
Well, it was worth it though. So we're coming up to the part that we like to call back-to-back tracks, and we've got 3 Debbie Bond tracks for you. We've got High Roller, Road Song and Blues Without Borders, and then we've got a Willie King song, Spoonful.
Yeah, it's actually a cover. It's the Willie Dixon song, Spoonful, that Helen Wolf made famous. But the reason I fired it over, I don't know if I said this to you, I forgot.
No.
But it's from the album One Love, in which not only do Debbie and Rick both play on it, but it was Rick that produced this album.
Awesome. So you're going to get to hear some blues magic and a back-to-back as well, so you can chill out and you don't have to listen to us coming in the middle, so it'll be quite cool. Not that I think there's anything wrong with us.
Go and grab yourself a big hobnob and
a cup of tea.
Get it dunked into there.
Oh no, you get crummage at the bottom. And then when you get to the bottom, you could choke. It's a choking hazard.
What? A hobnob's a choking hazard?
It's no, actually, I just think it's bogging when you get to the bottom of the cup and there's soggy biscuit. Just bleh. Anyway.
Did you ever play that game? Oh no, you would have.
What?
Soggy biscuit.
No, what's that?
I'll tell you another time. I'll tell you on the Sunday show.
Oh, right, okay. I don't think I want to know. Thank you very much. Kind of maybe blissful ignorance here.
You'll not believe me when I tell you.
Oh gosh. Anyway,
let's have it.
Yes. So here is some Debbie Bond and a wee bit of Willie King. Enjoy.
Tell that boy help somebody else. We gotta learn some communications. Try to heal these human relations. We need to get it together before it's too late. Oh, shattered glass, shattered dreams, broken hearts, ripped at the seams. I'm your sister, brother, and friend. Yeah, yeah. Don't judge me by the color of my skin. If we only knew, if we only knew what love could do, what love can do. If we only knew what love could do, what love can do. What earth, wind, and fire, Mother Nature's tools. The circle has been broken. We're Mother Nature's fools. War, greed, and corruption will bring us to our knees. Dream of a world without borders where the whole round world is free. If we only knew what love could do, yeah, yeah, yeah. We only knew what love could do, love could do, love could do, love could do. You've got to keep on trying, keep on pushing. Don't give up, and don't give it. If we only knew could do.
Could be a spoon full of diamond. Could be a spoon full of gold. Well, dirty little spoon of your precious love. Satisfy my soul. It's been lied about the smoke. Some of cried about the smoke. Some of lied about the smoke. Everybody fight about smoke. That smoke, that smoke, that smoke. That smoke, that smoke, that smoke. Little contribution to the Highland Wolf. Could be a spoonful of coffee. Could be a spoonful of tea. A little little spoon of your precious love. Good enough for me. We've been lied about. Some of cried about. Some of lied about. Everybody fight about that phone, 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 that phone, phone, phone. slice of cake. It could be a slice of pie. Ever I've been by loving. I wanna lay down and die. It been lied about. Some of cried about. Some of lied about. Everybody fight about. That's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. That's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong.
How good is that?
Yeah, it's quite different to the.
Amazing. Amazing.
I like when when they take it and make it their own. Still.
It's kind of like what you did with my life.
Are you complaining?
Slightly. Like, I'd like some of it back.
I'm not getting here, but thanks very much. I'll go where
What
you
did
tell
do
me.
it? When did you do it?
So we've got a wee bit of chat here from Debbie Bond and Rick about Willie King. So we're going to just fire that straight on. I just didn't want to do it without telling people what was coming. And then we'll have a wee tune from Jimmy Reed.
Sorry, go.
Is there anything in your career that stands out more than anything else? Something that you're particularly proud of or would remember for,
I think coming to Alabama is, it was very serendipitous. I mean, I could never have planned, as a, I kind of rebelled, and I had an American passport. I wanted to be back in America. I loved American music, and I ended up here by fluky circumstances. And I think it's probably the most amazing thing that ever could have happened to me. And as a result, getting to work with people like Willie King, who I really want you to. Can we send them some links?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll send you links.
Awesome. I would ask you for that. Not that you already done it plenty, but I mean, yeah, anything like that. I mean, that's always appreciated because we want to find people that are worth finding, not people who can be found by accident.
Eddie Kirkland, another one. Eddie Kirkland, another old bluesman I worked with who's from Alabama. Just these both guys are really improvisational and very soul-y but bluesy and juke jointy. And I think playing with Willie King and the juke joint every Sunday night, playing in Gibbs juke joint regularly, those are, highlights in the sense of really getting a sense of what it's like, where the blues came from, the kind of community spirit and people just really, dancing and coming together and celebrating our common humanity through music. I mean, I think that's probably really in his influence. Why don't you say what you think, Rick? Because
you're like me, Hen.
I think definitely my peak experience, other than what was coming to Alabama, and that started with Willie King, this guy, no relation to any of the other Kings, but he is really good. I think he's the best, not very well known blues man out there. He won some KBA awards. He won a few, not that many, but he never went commercial. But he was one of these people who was the nicest, sweetest, strong guy, vulnerable and strong, and made a huge difference to his own community. And he worked hard and tirelessly for them. And he took his music.
That's already important to us. Based on that alone, that is already important to us because that alone is exactly what we want to say to people, because we have had people like, for example, Little Freddie King, who who is still very old-fashioned in the terms of how he does things. I mean, he didn't even know how to use Zoom. You know what I mean? Like he had to ask me, like, how do I do a video call on Facebook Messenger? You know, like that kind of thing. 81, done all this crazy stuff, but still grateful for that one help that might get him something else that he never had before. You know, and I think those kind of people are a dying breed. You know.
I love heart and soul. Sitting all alone in my one-room country shack. You know my baby's gone. She'll never coming back. Yeah, I'm so all alone and blue. Honey, I just only want you. Do you know how it feels to be so lonely and blue? Do you know how it feels to be so lonely and blue? I need my baby so bad. Somebody tell me, what can I do? I'm gonna sit right down, write my baby letter. I'm gonna tell her how much I love her so.
That was Eddie Kirkland there with Write My Baby a Letter. And
Hola.
we've still got some great music to come.
Sorry, I was being super dad there. I had to do 3 rows, sort of moonshine. Change my t-shirt. Still back in time. Come on, where's my cape? Here we go. See, that's why when you asked me, why are you putting your red underpants over your jeans? That's why, because I'm a hero.
Yes, right. So we think we've already found the winner of this month's moonshine competition.
Oh, no. God damn it.
So if you've no idea what I'm talking about, we're doing a moonshine monthly, and we kind of launched it at the beginning of the month. After we inadvertently did it last month, just by pranking each other, to be fair. And
but you're being a bit precious, I think. You're
you
gonna have
go.
to. You're gonna have to. I'm saying it on the radio, just so that, the listeners are on board. You need to stop being so precious about what we post. Like, I mean, I don't care. You've took photos of me and there's literally been like an inch of pants in between like the photo in the jail, you know. and like you need it needs to be taken on this side and it needs to be taken on that side. That's out the window, hen. No anymore. No.
Yep. Oh, there you go.
I'm telling you.
Mints. You're talking. So anyway. Yes, we launched it, and we've already, I'm pretty sure that's a hands down winner, but we shall see. And it'll be something completely different for next month, so you'll need to make sure to tune in and find out what it is. So today we've been talking Alabama Blues, and we've been hearing some chat from Debbie Bond and Radiator Rick.
2 very cool folk.
Absolutely.
They invited us there, actually. That was pretty cool as well.
I know, and said to wee Aspen that they would take her on the blues trail.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I know, and we get an invite to meet up in Memphis.
Yep. Oh, aye.
Mhm. We've been invited here, there, and everywhere. I'm pretty sure half of them don't expect us to actually take them up on it.
How wrong are they? I've already got my suitcase back.
No, I need a passport. I'll be an illegal alien.
I tell you what, it's bad enough taking you to the zoo. I need to buy her 2 tickets. Want to get in, want to get back out.
Listen to you. Nearly lost you in the primate bit. Anyway.
I just got too tall for my haircut.
Okay then. That's what Nathan's got to look forward to.
Yep.
I don't think Deacon's as hairy as you already, but he's blonde, so you can't see it unless you look. But see, when you're trying to cut his hair, it's the same with you, cutting in at the neck, you don't know where to stop.
Well, aye, and next time at least use clippers and not a bread knife. In the back of my neck, not the front of my neck, thanks. Anyway.
So, we're coming up to the point of the show where we've got our wee hidden surprise that we might, but maybe folk are sitting there after we reveal who we didn't know, who we were surprised that actually would be come under Alabama Blues, and other folk, but yeah, anyway.
Well, you say we, right? I mean, to be fair, I did tell you.
Yes.
So stop. No, but I didn't do that to you. If I make dumb mistakes, I didn't.
I didn't make a mistake.
No, but like, or if I look bad, I don't drag you down with me. So do you want to stop doing it to me?
Oh, right, I will stop doing it. I usually put myself in with yours.
Oh, here you go.
No,
Oh, here
talking.
you go. I was like the other day when you said it wasn't raining, even though like I was just outside a second ago, and it was like I was soaked. I was like, well, I tell you what.
A second ago, we were an hour into a radio show, so you know how was that even the case? Mince, folk were out jogging past the house because the rain had gone off at that moment.
Even though they were dripping wet with water.
No, they weren't.
Aye,
no,
they
they
weren't.
weren't.
I actually thought they'd just go to the pool.
The pool. Oh my, what, the one in the back?
No, the locker there.
Anyway,
there's not
moving
even a
on.
lock really.
What is a loch? Anyway. So, moving on, we've got Big Mama Thornton for you, and then we've got dun dun dun.
I'm not telling you.
Fine, don't end
Sam Lee.
Well, I'm honestly quite surprised because I'd just firmly put him in Chicago.
So did everybody because that's where he made his name. But yeah, he was actually born in Birmingham, Alabama, and folk don't know this, but he actually did have a blues band of his own, and he played guitar very well and he sung very well. And even when he played drums in his own band, he still sung.
Yeah, yeah, all round talented dude, and he actually featured in my uni piece as well. I told you it's too much blues. She's going to tutor's going to be like, right, damn it, missus, give me something else. So yeah, I think we should just fire this on just now, don't you, Big Mama Thornton?
You're the boss, apparently.
Righty ho. Enjoy.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Been snooping around the door. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Been snooping around the door. You can wag your tail, but I ain't gonna feed you no more. You told me you was hot, but I can see through that. She told me you was hot, but I can see through that. And Daddy, I know you ain't no real cool cat. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, been snooping around the door. You just an old hound dog, been snooping around my door. You can wag your tail, you know, oh, listen to them old hound dogs. Oh, it's all right up here. Now listen to that old hound dog howl. Oh, play it, boy, play it. Oh, you make me feel good. Oh, don't mess around and love you. Now,
cigars in your face just for kicks. This bedroom window, it is made out of bricks. The National Guard stands around the door. I ain't gonna work for Maggie's Ball no more. I ain't gonna work for Maggie's Ball no more. No, I ain't gonna work for Maggie's Ball no more. She talks to all her servants about man, God, and law. Everybody say she's a praise behind Paul. She's 68, but she said she's 54. I ain't gonna work for Maggie's Ball no more. Well, I ain't gonna work on Maggie's Ball no more. No, I ain't gonna work on Maggie's Ball no more. Well, I tries my best to be just like I am. Everybody wants you to be just like them. They say, sing while you slave, I just get bored. I ain't gonna work on Maggie's Ball no more. Well, I ain't gonna work on Maggie's Ball no more. I ain't gonna work on Maggie's Ball no more.
A wee treat, eh?
That was quite cool, eh?
Aye, a wee Bob Dylan cover, played by the best blues drummer in history.
Mm-hmm. So that's Sam Lay, just in case you're late to the party.
Yeah.
So we've had a great show today, coming to the end of it almost. No long ago now. Like, it always flies by. But I bet you would feel. See, if we added another hour, I bet. Oh, what happened there? Did you see that?
No.
It's not playing again. I'm pretty sure we'd be sitting here.
See if you just stop using the mouse.
It's force of habit. I've been doing it for like 7 years.
And that's why you've hands like the crow.
No, I have hands like this because I have rheumatoid arthritis. And you don't get rheumatoid arthritis using a computer mouse. Anyway, so we've got one last bit of chat left. And we're going to play out today with a Debbie Bond song, which it should be, has it?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's one of her older songs. And it is, it really is a great song. Actually, it might be a cover, now I think about it. But anyway, it's one she released previously, is what I meant.
Aye, and it's not off her new album.
I was waffling there, you know. But what I meant was it's not from...
It's because you've been drinking that juice.
It's not at all.
Aye.
No, honestly, I made this...
Fermented apples and
I made
plums.
I made this amazing moonshine. It was only meant to be a sugar wash, because I was going to make harder spirits with it. But I realised that we didn't have the time to actually cook the ethanol with it, so we ended up making hooch, and it's quite good.
Aye, and I'm kind of glad that was the case, because I could imagine my kitchen not being here.
Breaking Bad.
Anywho, so should we get into this last bit of chat here?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the more people that are honest about the music they put out and about why they make it and about how they understand where it came from, the better, because that will take away the feeling of negativity about the word blues, you know, because these guys have suffered and brought something beautiful on the back of it.
And we can learn from that. We can
Exactly.
learn from that, you know.
And I think that is, I do feel that in modern times, more recently, the blues that I hear a lot of is too many notes and too rocky, and it doesn't have the sweetness and the spirit that the old guys had. Because they weren't just about
the emotions,
moaning whingers,
that's true,
at all. You know, there's that song, I'm so glad, I'm so glad, I'm glad, I'm glad, I'm glad. I mean, there's a lot of upliftment, and Willie King in particular was very conscious and talked to us about it. I mean, the whole purpose was to help people get through hard times and lift their spirits, not to help them wallow in the misery of it, but to help them have a possibility of a brighter future or a brighter sense of how things could be, at least for a little bit, you know.
And that's been an underlying story for all, but I think, I mean, even Robert Johnson was singing about barrel housing all night and, you know, partying, you know, on a plantation, you know, in a place where if somebody had murdered him, nobody would have cared, you know.
There's Red Hot, was it Red Hot?
Tamales.
Tamales, Red Hot, whatever it was. Anyway,
yeah.
there's a lot of celebration of the positive things in life, despite they were living generally a very tremendously restricted life.
Yeah,
and that's so wonderful when you meet these people who really did live in those horrible times and have just come out so strong and loving. You know, their answer isn't to reproduce the same, it's to try and be the solution themselves. And there's a lot of that around, not just in musicians here, but you just meet these characters and it's, you know.
You've done a whole pint of that already?
Yeah.
That's the problem with you. You just fill yourself up and then you'll spend the next 15 minutes going, I need to toilet.
Actually, it's funny you say that because I actually do.
I'm not surprised.
I'm just dry. I've got a drift today. I don't know what it is.
I can't imagine.
What? Oh, where you go?
I don't know. Where did you have to eat?
Maybe it's sitting next to you, sucking all the moisture of goodness out me. Maybe it's honestly.
Oh,
you're like a big dehumidifier of the soul. A dehumidifier.
Well, thanks for that. And
I still love you. I mean, at this point, I don't know what it is you want from me. Although I think you might be right. I think I drink too fast.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me want to pee.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. There we go.
But I can still do that.
Well, good for you.
I love it. I love the bones of your hen. You're fine.
Just the bones. I know. Oh dear. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's show. The domestics have been fewer than normal.
Nah. Oh, I suppose the ones on the air.
And so it's been nice hearing from Debbie and Rick.
Yeah, they're great people.
Absolutely. And it would be nice to be able to go over and meet them in person.
Yeah, we will.
And get them over here.
Yeah, we will. We'll do both. And can I just say about the domestics thing, just before you turn it on into my fault, because we know how you love apologising, right? I would like to point out that I was being sound.
When?
I was being nice.
Okay.
That's a disclaimer for the listeners. That was more for the listeners' benefit.
Okie then.
The truth can remain a mystery.
So have you enjoyed it today?
I've loved it, actually. I've actually really looked forward to putting this show together.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to juggle all the conversations. I mean, that's nearly 45 interviews, all about an hour each, that you need to sift through, and you know, it's hard work. But when you do finally find the right chats and the right music to go with the right people, and an idea comes together, it's really good fun putting it together. I find, you know.
Yeah.
And especially when you get the support of the artist involved. I mean, that's always important.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, you sit and think, oh, I'm playing so and so, they'll give it a wee share and a promote, and they don't, and then you get people that you think, well, there's no way they're going to promote our wee show. I mean, they've probably just pity interviewed us and they're throwing it about their social media left, right and centre.
Sometimes I get that how they can't. I mean, like you'll get maybe people like Ian Siegel who will have a guy doing his social media and maybe want to be in touch with him when he's on the road, but at least he thanks you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the fact that he takes the time out to thank you, and Earl Thomas took the time to message us, and
Mm-hmm.
you know that, all of that matters. If you can't thank the people who are supporting you, then you can't expect support.
You shouldn't get very far in life, eh? So, but you know, we've been quite blessed.
Every single person has, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, every single person.
It's been effortless. It's been just, I've enjoyed it. It's been a big kind of learning thing, as I said, for me as well. So it's completely different, although it maybe comes across as quite, you know, well, how difficult is it to sit there and talk and just press buttons and twiddle knobs, but and I'm doing the, you know, the actions here that people can see.
I think you're doing a splendid job, Darren, but do you know what's quite tricky about the chatting thing and that? It depends on who you're sitting with chatting, because like you can say something and it sounds like it's okay on air, and then there's a song's on, like you're a dead man, like, and you need to go back on air like nothing's happened. And so that's what I struggle with. I struggle with keeping it all in, like the pain and the abuse of air. and you know, like you know, I'm really holding it together here. But if you want to talk to me, then PM me. You know,
PM me, Karen. But I think again, it's that side of the kind of chat side of it is easier for us.
Yeah, because we're used to arguing.
And,
yeah.
Well, but we're used to debating and talking and joking with each other, and I think it's just a natural thing.
Yeah, absolutely. We're quite gifted.
So we're going to stop waffling. I know. I mean, I've been talking forever. I'm pretty sure I probably started about 2, 1-ish. Anyway, thank you so much if you've put up with us this time. But
Christ, it's windy in here, eh? Right, sorry, what are you saying?
It's been I'm just going to put Debbie Bond on.
Oh, yes, that's a great idea. Love you.
Bye.
I'm going back home. blues lovers everywhere. This is Debbie Bond, and I'm coming to you from Alabama. You're listening to Galty and Gator's Blues and News Show, coming to you on Dunoon Community Radio, 97.4, and streaming worldwide.